parameters will continue the discussion. Parameters to functions. So pass by position, positional arguments. So pass by position. So in this case, when I take some function, define test. In this case, when I take some function, so like define some test A, B, C. Here, this function, I can pass, if I want to pass values into this, suppose if you don't know the names of the arguments and you are calling the function. So if first you want to pass 20 to the first variable, so 20 must be first position. Suppose if I want to pass 10 to B, 10 must be at second position. I want to pass 50 to C, 50 must be at third position. So it is in case of pass by position, based on the position of this arguments, this generally we call them as actual arguments. The arguments that are there in call statement are actual arguments, and the arguments that are there in called function are formal arguments. So first actual argument is moved into first formal argument, second actual argument is moved into second formal argument, third actual argument is moved into third formal argument. This is pass by position. So 20 is moved into A, and 10 is moved into B, and 50 is moved into C. Now, generally, see, when you are using some function, it may be a library function or available in some program. You may be knowing the names of the variables, names of the formal arguments. In that case, you can call it by name. In case of call by name, so I know that the formal argument name is ABC. I know the names, but I don't know the order. Then I can use the name. I can say B equals to 10, A equals to 20, C equals to 50. So in this case, you must know the names. In this case, you must know the names. So when you know the names and you can pass values by the name. In this case, you have to depend on the order, position by order, but names are not, names are, you don't know the names of the arguments, but you know that first value should go into some first variable. Then in that case, you can give this pass by position. If it is passed by name, you can refer the formal arguments in call statement by name. Then here order is not important, because B you are referring B, even though I'm mentioning first, B will go into B, and A will go into A, and C will go into C. So this is passed by name, and this you can also call as a keyword argument. When you are referring some argument with a name, then it can be called as keyword argument. So I'll take one more definition here. Suppose definition of this is 16th day. So definition, I can take something like process, simply some name. Process, I'll give A comma B comma C. So here I'll say print A. Then I'll give \t B colon within flower brackets B. Then \t C colon within flower brackets C. This just I want to have a function here. Then I'll execute this to prepare it for execution. So it is getting connected. Then I'll call this by position. So process equals to something like 20, 15, 30. So 20 will go into A and 30 will 15 will go into B. So it is by position. Now, if you know the names, then you can use the names. I can say A equals to 10, B A equals to, I'll say first B equals to 100, then C equals to 25, A equals to 50. So I can pass by name. So this way you can call it. You can call. So here I'm passing by name. So the order is not important. Now A is going into A, B is going to B, and C is going into C. Now you can also mix. Suppose if I say process, I can say 10. Now when I mix it, then the names passed by names should be right side. So I can say now C equals to 50, B equals to 100, E equals to 75. So this way I can mix. I'm here what I am doing. I'm passing the first argument by position, first argument by position, remaining by name. But when I mix there, see suppose if I say process, I can say suppose A equals to 20. Now I cannot give 25, 30. So this is not allowed. When you are when you are mixing the names, pass by name and position, then the keyword arguments, I told you in earlier class, the pass by name, call by name or pass by name is called as keyword argument, and this is positional argument. So what it is saying here, the positional argument follows the keyword argument. So it is not allowed. So if you are mixing the positional argument and keyword argument, the keyword argument should be at right side. See, they should be at right side. So here I'm taking A by position, remaining keyword arguments by name I'm passing. So the keyword arguments and positional arguments I'm mixing. Then the all keyword arguments must be at right side, not before any positional arguments. So here what I am doing next statement. So I'm trying to pass first keyword argument, then positional argument. Even though A is first, I want to pass 25, 30 into B and C, but Python will not allow. The positional arguments must be left side or keyword arguments must be right side. So you cannot have a positional argument after keyword argument. That's what here happening. So first I am keeping keyword argument, then positional arguments. It is not allowed. So that is one point to note. So that is about the positional arguments and keyword arguments. And this is one kind of arguments. We have seen 5 kind of arguments. One is positional arguments, then keyword arguments, then default arguments. Now, when you take the default arguments, so next default arguments we will see. Now, in the function definition, suppose if I have a function definition, you are giving some parameters A, B, C. If you have functional parameters in function definition, now this I told you their arguments are formal arguments. Now you can give some default values to this argument. So I can say C equals to 10, B equals to 5. So now when I give values to the formal arguments in the definition of the function, then these arguments are called as default arguments. These arguments are called as default arguments. Now, when you take these default arguments, again, there is a rule. Rule is you cannot make whatever arguments you want as default. You have to make the arguments default only from right side. That means without making all right side argument default, without making all right side argument defaults, you cannot make left side argument default. That is one rule. Means you have to make the default arguments only from right side. The left side arguments cannot be made default. So this is the rule. Suppose if I take this test, A you have, B you have, C you have. If I want to make B default, I want to give some default value. I must have made C default. Otherwise, I cannot make B default. So without making right side argument default, you cannot make left side argument default. Similarly, if I want to make A default, I must have made B and C default. So if, without making this, suppose if I make A equals to 10, it is not allowed. So default argument is the one which is given value in the function definition. The rule for default argument is you have to make all the arguments default from right side. Means first make the rightmost argument default, then the next argument default, or the other way. If you want to make some argument default, you must have made all the arguments right side to a default. That is the rule. So if you want to make some ith argument default, there are some arguments left side. Here there are some arguments right side. You must have made all arguments default. To make this argument default. To make this default, you must make all of the arguments right side. To ith argument, you must have made already default. Then only you can make ith argument default. So that is the condition. Now, if you further take about the default arguments, so you can take, I'll take again that same definition, define test A, B equals to 5, C equals to 0. So now B and C are default argument and A is non-default argument. Then when I have default arguments, the important point is these are the default arguments. While you call this function, you need not pass values to the default argument. Values to default arguments need not be passed. Means it is up to you. If you want to pass, pass it. If you don't want to pass, don't pass. Now, if I pass some value to, if I don't pass value to default argument, whatever value that is given default, that is assigned. If I pass it, suppose if I call this function test 20, I must pass A because it is not default. So default arguments you can skip, but non-default argument you must pass. Non-default argument must be passed. Now 20 I am passing, 20 will go into A. Now 25 I am passing. Now B will be 25. And I am not passing for C because I am not passing for any value to C. C value will be 0. So this is the default argument. So default argument, if you have, if no value is passed, then default value is taken. If value is passed, then default value will be will be ignored, and whatever value you pass, that will be considered. So that is default argument. We'll take example to make the things clear. So I'll define one function, define some function like something like sample. Let's say int a equals a comma b equals to 10 c. If I write this, now print a plus b plus c. So I'll try to execute this, make it ready. Execute means make it ready. Now it gives error because non-default argument follows default argument. Means if I want to make b default, I must have made c default. So that is important. I must have made c default. So that is the rule. So you cannot make an argument default. So I'll take this from, copy this from here, or I'll take this. I'll rewrite this sample function because there is an error. So I'll take this and I'll also take this. Now I'll make c equals to 5. Now it is okay because I have made right side argument defaults. Now a is I have not made default. I'll also print the sum of the numbers simply to have a result, or I'll return the sum of the numbers. So return, or I'll print here itself, print a plus b plus c. So I'll prepare it for execution. Then I'll create call this. I'll say sample. I'll call it sample. I'll say 100, 200, 300. Now, because I'm passing values to all, then 100 will go into A, 200 will go into B, 10 is ignored, 300 will go into C, 5 is ignored. So you can see that result. So A is 100, B is 200, C is 300. Now if I do it again, sample, I'll give 100 comma 200. Now when I give 100 comma 200, 100 will go into A, 200 will go into B, but C I'm not passing. So C value is taken as default. So 5 it is taken, and it will print 305. So I'll do it again. One more execution, I'll do it. So I'll say sample. Now I'll give 100. Now A will go in, 100 will go into A. B I'm not passing anything, so default value 10 is taken. C I'm not passing anything, default value 5 is taken. So it is 115. So default values are taken for A and B. Next, suppose if I say sample, if I try to execute it without passing any parameter, now it gives error because A is not default. You must, A is compulsory. It is compulsory argument. You cannot skip it. So if I try to execute this, it gives error because it says value to A is not passed. So it is required argument or compulsory argument. Required positional argument value is not there. So that's what it is saying. So this is default arguments. Even when I have a default argument, I can say sample B equals to 20, A equals to 50. Now it will take, even this case I am passing by name because C I am not passing anything. Then it will consider the, it will take the default values for C. So this is I can even if there are default values, I can use keyword argument or pass by name. So I'm passing by name. So I can simply pass by name to a equals to 100. Then remaining it will take the default values. So even when there are default values, you can pass by name. Okay. So you can pass all by name. So you can say sample, can say B equals to 100, A equals to 50, and C equals to 200. So I can pass all of them. So that's how we can pass. Even I can say sample C equals to 50, A equals to 10. So this way also I can pass. So B value, it takes the default value. So this is default arguments. So I can make the default arguments, and there is a rule. And if the rule I told you for making arguments default, you have to follow the rule. And in case of default arguments, the default argument will be associated with a default value. The default value is considered when no value is passed for that variable. If some value is passed for that variable, then the default value will be ignored. That's what happening there. So that is default parameters or default arguments. So we have seen positional arguments are passed by position. Named arguments, they are also called as keyword arguments. That is passed by position, passed by name. And third one is default argument. Default argument is not passing mechanism. Position and keyword, they are passing technique or mechanism. Default is not passing technique or mechanism. It is just giving default value to some arguments, so that if by chance value is not passed to those arguments, default value is considered. So that is the default argument technique, default argument concept. Next, it is not a passing mechanism or technique. It is giving some default values. Next is variable number of positional arguments. Variable number of positional arguments. Now, when I'm taking, suppose if I'm taking test, so A, B, C. So these are the three arguments here. Three arguments, and all these three arguments are must. It is must to pass all these three arguments. Now, suppose if I want to pass test, one time I want to pass one argument, second time I want to pass two, and I want to pass 10 arguments. I don't know the number of arguments for that particular function. It may require, it may be 0 arguments, or it may be taking some 10 arguments, it may be taking five arguments. Then in that case, it is variable number of argument function. So if you want to make a function take variable number of arguments, take variable number of arguments. If you want to make the function take variable number of arguments, what you have to do is you take the function name. So take the function name and give star. So this is this now args will take any number of arguments. It can take, this is variable number of arguments, variable number of arguments facility. So this will allow us to have variable number of arguments facility. When I say asterisk, asterisk is important here. So when I say asterisk, I am including the variable number of arguments. And now this args, I can give any name, just I am giving args. This can take 0 to any number of arguments, to any number of arguments. 0 to any number of arguments. So it will be clear when we take the example. So before I proceed, now this whatever you are making this is variable number of arguments. This structure is actually a tuple. So it will be in the form of a tuple. So it will go into tuple. Okay, you will see that. So I'll take something like define some name of the function like where I'll say test whereas some name. Okay, args. Now I want to have variable number of arguments, so just give args here. Now this can take any number of arguments. Just I'll print the number of arguments passed. So to print the number of arguments passed, I'll say args. So this can take 0 arguments, it can take 100 arguments, whatever you want, you can pass. Now, when I call this function, suppose if I say text args, now it is up to me. I mean, if I say test ABC, then I must pass all the 3 arguments. So here I can pass 25, 10, 100, 45, 200. I can keep on pass arguments. There is no limit. So it is saying the number of arguments what we are passing is 5. So it is giving length. Now suppose if I pass test args, I am not passing anything. Still it is okay. It is not. It will not give any error. It says 0 arguments. Now here, what is the type of this args? So if I print the type of this args, you can, as I told you, it is a tuple. So I'll say type args. So when I call this again, so it says 5, it's a tuple. So it's a tuple. So it's a tuple. Now I want every argument. So what I can do is for arg in args. So every argument I want, so print arg. So now if I call this, so there are 5 arguments. The type is tuple, and first one is 25, second one is 10, third one is 100, fourth one is 45, fifth one is 200. When I call this again, so you'll get same result because there are no arguments present. So I can pass any number of arguments. I can say test args 1, 2, 3, 4, any number I can pass. So this is this is one flexibility we have. So there are 10 arguments, and tuple the arguments are 1 to 10. So this is variable number of arguments. Now I can mix the fixed arguments, the arguments which we have to pass, fixed number of arguments, then variable number of arguments. So I can combine them. So if I combine them, it will be like this. So in we have seen the fixed number of arguments by name and by position, and variable number of arguments. I can mix them. So if I take this, so we can combine fixed arguments and variable number of arguments. So if you want to combine, what you do is take the function, give the name sample, and give all fixed number of arguments. I want a fixed number of argument FA1, FA2, FA3, then args, variable number of arguments. The rule here is if you are combining fixed arguments and variable number of arguments, you must have fixed arguments before variable number of arguments. Before variable number of arguments. So fixed arguments before this. Now, after I have the variable number of arguments, I cannot have one more fixed argument. It is not allowed. If a fixed argument 4 is not allowed because I have variable number of arguments. So I can combine fixed arguments and variable number of arguments with a rule. The rule is the variable number of arguments must be the last one. Must be the last one. After that, last one means before variable number of arguments, there can be fixed arguments, but after that, there cannot be any fixed arguments. So that is the rule. And when you combine this, now the values you must pass. This is must to pass. Must to pass. Now, minimum 3 arguments you have to pass. Minimum 3 arguments because they are fixed. You cannot skip them. And even there is no, if you want, you can make them default also. So must be passed, must to pass, and minimum you have to pass 3 arguments. After that, after 3 arguments, whatever you pass, whether 0 or 100, remaining whatever you pass, this will be consumed by this. So minimum you have to pass 3. After that, it is up to you. Whatever you pass after that, it will be consumed by this variable. So this is combining variable number of arguments and fixed number of arguments. The variable number of arguments you can also call as arbitrary arguments. Arbitrary arguments. This is another name for a variable number of arguments. I'll take one example. So here I'll take definition. I'll say mix args. So I'll take fixed argument 1, fixed argument 2, fixed argument 3, then asterisk args, then suppose fixed argument 4. So let it be like this, or I'll do this first. Then what I'll do is, so I'll print FA1, FA1, FA2, FA3. This is, I'm printing the fixed arguments, then print just a length of the variable number of arguments. Now, if I prepare it for execution, it will not give any error. Now, suppose if I say FA4, I think here it will not give any error, but when I call, it will give error. Okay, first let me do it without this, then we'll add that and what happens there. But that will be taken as a different argument. What it will take, we'll see a little later. So this is, I'm writing here. Now I'll say mix args. Say 10, 20, 30, 40. Now what happens here? 10 will go into FA1, 20 will go into FA2, 30 will go into FA3. After that, whatever you pass, it will go into args. So if I execute this now, you will get 10, 20, 30 and 40 will be moved into here. Now suppose if I give further 50, 60, all will be consumed by args. So 10, 20, 30 remain same. The 40, 50, 60 will go into args. So that is how you do it. Now suppose if I say mix args, if I say 1, 2, 3, then I'm 1 will go into FA1, 2 will go into FA2, and 4 will go into FA3, but args will be 0. Now I cannot skip the fixed number of arguments. I cannot skip fixed number of arguments. So if I say mix args 1, 2, then it gives error because you must pass FA3 also. It says FA3 is not passed. So it says FA3, there is missing. So you are not passed value for, because it is required, compulsory. So that is compulsory argument. So we are not passing, so it gives error. So next, now suppose if I take, whatever we pass, additional things, it will be moved into the fixed number of arguments, and sorry, it will move, it will go into args. Now I can combine this fixed number of arguments, variable number of arguments with default arguments. I can also have default arguments. So I'll take here fixed argument, but default I will make it as 10. So now if I exclude this, now I can skip, I can use only 2. So I'll say mix args 5, 6. 5 will go into FA1, 6 will go into FA2, FA3 will be 10, and nothing will go into args because there are no additional arguments. Now when I say mix args 5, 6, 7, now 7 will go to FA3. 7 will go into FA3. So after that, any additional argument is there, that will go into args. So I'll say mix args 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After that, whatever I pass, it will go into args. Now I told you args is a tuple. Now what will I do is I'll take here one more function. So I'll say def function. Now A comma B comma args. I have a so I'll say print A comma B. Then I'll say for I'll say print variable arguments are. So I'll take the variable arguments for arg in args. So I'll print arg. If I take this and I'll prepare it for execution. Now if I call it, so if I'm taking a tuple. So when I say tuple T1 equals to 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now if I pass, if I take this, now if I call function fun 25 and T1 if I pass, now what happens here is 25 will go into A, T1 has 3 values, but T1 is, even though it has 3 values, but it is only one argument, T1 will go into B and args will be 0. So this you have to T1, okay, I have to exclude that. So first I have to exclude this. Then now I'll exclude this. See, 25 has gone into A and 10, 20, 30 has gone into B. Because when I say T1, the T1 is taken as one argument. It is passed to B and args will be nothing. Args will be nothing. So suppose if I want to pass T1 values of T1s as individual values, not as one tuple argument. And here we have to use, already we have used something like unpacking. Unpacking I have already told you. So you can use unpacking here. Unpacking of collection. So that technique you can use, unpacking of collection. So in unpacking of collection, what you do is take any collection, write, give asterisk. Suppose if I take T1, now T1 will not be one individual argument, whatever values present there, it is not one individual argument, values present in means this collection will be unpacked, means the values present or items present here in collection will be unpacked and made available as individual values. Not the entire collection as one item, the values they are available as individual elements. Now if I take this here, if I say FUN, now I'm passing 25. Now I'll say asterisk T1. Now what happens? Now I'm unpacking and sending. So 25 will go into A. When I say unpack, now 10, 20, 30, 3 individual elements, 10 will go into B, remaining 2 will go into arcs. This is one important thing. There will be questions on this mainly. So, sorry, here some mistake. So see now 25 has gone into 25 has gone into A. Okay. See here, 25 has gone into A, 10 has gone into B, 10 has gone, which is part of tuple, because now 10, 20, 30 are available as individual elements, and the additional elements 20 and 30 are moved into arcs. So this is how the passing mechanism takes place. Okay. Then suppose if I execute fun, now asterisk T1. Now in tuple, 10 is moved into A, 20 is moved into B, and 30 is moved into variable number of arguments. So this is unpacking and passing. So this is unpacking and passing. So this is variable number of arguments. You can combine variable number of arguments and the fixed number of arguments, and you can make fixed number of arguments default along with variable number of arguments. This is how you can have it. So whatever you pass, first set of values, it will go into the fixed number of arguments, but it is compulsory to pass values to all fixed arguments. And if any item is left after the fixed arguments consumes the data, if some values are left, those values will go into variable number of arguments. Now, one more thing, what I gave here is, I'll take this definition again. Whatever definition has been latest. So I'll take this. So I'm taking even. Here, I'll remove this. Now, my intention is I want to have a variable fixed number of arguments here. It is actually when I take this, there should not be any fixed argument after variable number of arguments, but this will be taken as keyword argument. That's why it is allowing. But actually, a fixed argument cannot be passed present after the variable arguments. Now my intention is, suppose if I say mix args, I'm passing the values. I want to pass 10 into FA1, 20 into FA3, 30 into FA4, 40 into 30 into FA3, 40 into FA4, and 50 into suppose 50 into the variable number of arguments. Now it gives error. So it gives error. So it is taking this as a keyword argument. So variable number of keyword arguments. So that's so an error. But the rule is, it is taking that as a keyword argument. But the rule is, you cannot have a fixed argument after variable number of arguments. All fixed arguments must be before the variable number of arguments. Must be before the variable number of arguments. You can also have variable number of keyword arguments. You can also have variable number of keyword arguments. That is the last kind of arguments what you can have. So I'll give that. So one rule here is, all the fixed arguments must be before the variable number of arguments. Okay.